This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. I'm delighted to meet here with you in these online lessons. In this video, I'm going to go over the open G tuning, which is an alternate tuning that we use to play the guitar sometimes. Super fun. Once I've gone over this tuning, we'll jam together on 3 chord progressions so we can practice using this tuning. And we'll do that right along with bass and drums accompaniment, which is super helpful but also makes it super fun. This video accompanies lesson 30 from my Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. In the book, we're going to be on pages 199 and 200. I'll first be going over this tuning, and then we're going to play songs 5, 6, and 7 found on pages 199 and 200. Okay, so let's take a look at the open G tuning. Now I've got a little drawing up here on the board to sort of help us with this. Standard tuning of the guitar goes E, A, D, G, B, and E from low to high. So what happens when we get into the open G tuning? Well, we take the low 6th string and drop that down by a whole step from E to D. So we're going to drop that down to a D pitch. We're going to take the 5th string and drop it down from an A to a G. So another whole step drop. And then with the high string, we're going to take that E and drop it down to a D as well. Strings 2, 3, and 4 stay the same. So we end up with D, G, D, G, B, and D. Now, the reason this is called an open G tuning is because every single one of those pitches is part of the G major scale. It is part of the G major scale, but it's part of a G major chord. It's the root, 3rd, and 5th of the chord. So we can play all 6 strings and just strum them openly like that, and we get a G chord. Specifically with this one, if we strum the top 5 strings where we have that G note there on that open 5th string, we get a G chord in root position. If we strum all 6 strings, we get the G over D, so the G chord happening over the 5th of the chord, which is the D. Super cool. You can even do the alternate bass plucking just by going back and forth in that simple of a context. So it's amazing when we play those top 5 strings, we have a G chord without having to put any fingers down. Then we can actually play major chords by simply barring across the top 5 strings. So if I go to the 2nd fret, I'm up a whole step and I have an A chord. If I go up 2 more frets to the 4th, I get a B chord. If I go up 1 more, I get a C. Up to the next one, I get a D. Up to the, when I say next, I meant 2 frets higher. Up to the 9th, I get an E. Up to the 10th, I get an F. And then up to the 12th, I get a G. So I have a major chord. I just have to bar across those strings, and I get that major chord. And I've got it along the fretboard. Of course, sharps and flats work as well. So if I go to the 3rd fret, for example, I've got a B flat chord. It's as simple as that. And then if I want it over the 5th, I instead just strum all 6 strings. So G over D, A over E, and so on and so forth. And you'll see that there on page 199, some diagrams that help you. With chord progression number 5, where we play G, C, and D, I could simply play top 5 strings open for G, then I play the 5th fret for C, 7th fret for D, and I come back to G. Isn't that cool? I could also play it over the 5th, meaning I could play the G over D, the C over G, the D over A, that sort of thing by playing all 6 strings. And it's as simple as that. Now, it also works really easily to play G7. I just play at the 3rd fret and I have a G7, so when I come up to play C7, I just have to put my pinky on the top string 3 frets higher, and D7, 3 frets higher from barring at that 7th fret, and I get a D7, so I could also play with 7ths. Now you'll see there on page 199 some different chord symbols, and those can help you out. We're going to go ahead here and jam on songs 5, 6, and 7, and I'm just going to use a basic down, down, up, down, up strumming pattern. Nothing crazy. You can use whatever you'd like to just jam along as we work on these. And when you come across a chord, of course, being in an alternate tuning, we have different shapes. So you can use the help there, those diagrams there, to help you figure out how to play those if you need some help with that. Otherwise, you just have to mentally adjust how you would normally play a chord sometimes and realize that these 3 strings have been changed by the distance of a whole step. So you can mentally think through these, but there's also some diagrams there that can help you when we run into some of these chords. And some of them include more than one option. So, for example, you get the C7 that we can play like so, but you've also got a C7 diagram written in there for how to play it in first position, where you could play a C7 as well. So, different ways to play some of these chords being in this alternate tuning. So let's go ahead and play these progressions together. Each one's going to happen twice, first at a slower tempo and then a faster tempo. It's going to be fun. Let's do it. All right, awesome. I love playing in open G. Super, super fun. In the next video, we're going to take a look at playing in the open D tuning, which is perhaps one of my very, very favorite alternate tunings. So it's going to be great. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.